2b6.
తీసేయాలండి రిమూవ్ చేసి.
Okay. No one is ready for answering question. No one is ready for answering the questions.
244 మాట్లాడండి అమ్మా. 244.
Sir.
సార్ అదిగోండి 244.
Your name please. 244. Your name please.
Naveen sir.
Naveen. Okay, Naveen. How are you?
Fine sir.
Fine. Okay. Just so in previous class we had discussion like relay, some terminology related to relay. So tell me the operating torque of relay. How you can define the operating torque of relay. Whether it is correct or right, please give a response. No problem. If it is right, okay, well and good. Otherwise, no problem. Just tell your response.
Sir, I don't know, sir.
Okay, good. So what do you know about previous classes related to switchgear and production?
Sir, requirements of relay.
Okay.
Primary relay, backup relay.
Primary scheme, production scheme and backup production scheme. Okay,
Yes,
good.
Sir. Electromagnetic relay.
Good.
Classifications of relay చెప్పారు కదా.
Very good. Okay. So thank you.
Okay, sir.
Please mute yourself. So, sir, one more candidate, sir. One more student. Then we will go for today's class.
2B4. చూడమ్మా మీరు మ్యూట్ చేసుకొని 2B4.
I need one more people. Then we will go for today's class.
మాట్లాడండి. 2B4.
Sir.
సార్ 2B4 ఇచ్చాడు చూడండి.
2B4, how are you?
Sir, fine sir.
Fine. Okay, tell me what about you know about operating torque, restanding torque. So what is the difference between operating torque and restanding torque in relays? Which torque we call it as operating torque and which torque we call it as restanding torque? Do you know about this?
Sir, it's most valves require high operating torque, sir. It is.
Oh, tell me loudly. I cannot hear your voice. Please.
Sir, for this operation, it requires some external devices to overcome this torque, sir.
Okay. The torque which have a tendency to close the trip contacts. That torque we call it as operating torque. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
The torque which is helpful to close the trip contacts, we call it as operating torque. Am I right? Okay. That torque we call it as operating torque. No problem. Okay. So just I need your response. That's all. Okay. Good. You are responded. That's all. I am happy for that. Okay, sir. Students, we will go for today's class.
సార్ ఒకసారి చెప్పండి మళ్ళీ వీడియో స్టార్ట్ చేయండి అది రిమూవ్ చేస్తామని.
Okay. Here today onwards you need to keep your video on. So today onwards in every class you need to keep your video on. Otherwise simply we put absent. Those who are not turn on your video. Okay. So these are the instructions from our HOD sir. Okay. Because of your reactions about online classes. Okay, students, now we will go for today's class. Okay, in last class we had discussion some about torque equation, and also we can see the types of relays like electromagnetic induction relays, electromagnetic attraction relays, and also we had seen some type of relays regarding electromagnetic induction. Those we call it as shaded pole and shaded pole. So I have one more question. That means please think about this question. So why we are going to arrange different structures? Why we are going to arrange different structures in electromagnetic induction type relays? So because we use different structures. We use different structures because of producing electromagnetic torque. So that's why we have three type of structures. Those are, we call it as shaded pole type and watt hour meter structure, and also we call it as induction cup type structures. Induction cup type sections. So, okay. So in last class we had derived the equation about torque, which is developed on disk. So that we call it as electromagnetic torque, and that torque value is equal to, that means that T produced torque on disk is directly proportional to pi 1 pi 2 sine alpha, and where alpha is the angle between pi 1 and pi 2, and here
Sir, sir,
who is Sir Ramanan sir, ఎవరమ్మా? సార్ రామనారాయణ సార్,
కంటిన్యూ చేయండి సార్, కంటిన్యూ చేయండి, మాట్లాడుతూ.
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే. So okay, students, in last class we had some discussion about structures. These structures are we can arrange because of creating phase angle between fluxes, that means pi 1 and pi 2. This one is one type of structure. Already we know that it is a watt hour meter structure. So in this structure we can see it, pi 1 is happen in this winding and pi 2 is happen in this winding, and both have a phase angle difference. That angle is alpha. So whenever we are creating angle between pi 1 and pi 2, automatically on this disk torque is developed, and that developed torque is directly proportional to pi 1 pi 2 sine alpha, where alpha is the angle. Okay, that means torque is depends, the torque value is depends on the angle. So if alpha is equal to 90, then we get maximum torque. If alpha value is equal to 90, then we can get maximum torque, and alpha is equal to 0. At that condition, no more torque is available on disk. Okay, so now here we can see some more important things, some more important points. So related induction disk type relays. So here let's see. So first one, induction disk type relay. First, some points, important points, and this type of construction is robust and reliable. So this one is the one advantage. Disk type relay, induction disk type relay advantage. First advantage is construction is very robust and reliable, and also it is used for overcurrent protection. So one more advantage of induction type disk type relay is it can used for overcurrent production, and also inverse time characteristics. It has this type of structure has inverse time current characteristics, and also these are slow. That means speed of one more disadvantage of this structure is speed of this type of relay is slow comparing to remaining relays, that those are induction cup and attracted armature type relays. And one more advantage about this relay is operating time. We can adjust the operating time. We can adjust the operating time by using backstop. By using backstop, we can adjust this particular relay operating time, and this type of relays, where we can use this type of relays means, so when our requirement is slow speed, when our requirement is slow speed operations, at that place we are going to prefer this type of relays. So these are the some important points related to this type of relays. Now we go for some more points. So backstop. So backstop. Already I told you backstop, because of backstop only we can control the operating time. We can change the operating time of relay. Backstop. So what is backstop? How we can define? How we can define backstop? Backstop is nothing but a element which is used in this relay, and because of this backstop adjustment, we can change the operating time. We can change the operating time. That means by adjusting backstop, we can change disk travel distance. So the disk travel distance is depends on the backstop position. Depends on the backstop position. So now let's see. So here it is the disk. Here it is a disk. When torque is developed on a disk, due to the torque, disk is going to move. Disk is going to rotate. So when the disk is rotate, so here these are the contact of disk. So these contacts are touch with the trip coil circuit. When this contact is touch with the trip coil circuit, automatically trip circuit is shorted. When the trip circuit is shorted, due to that reason, circuit breaker contacts are open. Okay. Now, so to close these contacts, to close the trip contacts, so it needs some time. That means it need to travel some distance. The disk need to travel some distance. That needed time is we can decide by using the backstop. So by adjusting this backstop element, we can change the disk travel distance. That is the importance of backstop, which is used in this type of relay. So keep it in mind. It is very important. So what is a backstop and how we can define backstop? So backstop is nothing but as element. It is a part of the relay. So because of this backstop, we can change the disk travel distance. Okay. Now, one more important point related to this type of relay is, so overrun of the disk, overrun of the relay. Overrun of the relay is nothing but keep it in mind. Overrun of the relay or overshoot of the relay. Sometimes after the fault clear, sometimes the disk has to move some distance. The disk has to move some distance after the fault clear. The distance we call it as the moving distance by the disk. We call it as overrun of the disk. After the fault clear, after the cessation is nothing but a fault clear. Okay. After the fault clear, the disk has a tendency to move some distance. That moving distance we call it as overrun of the disk. Overrun of the disk is nothing but the distance moved by disk after the fault clear. So keep it in mind. Overrun of the disk or overrun of the relay or overshoot of the relay. Overshoot of the relay is nothing but the distance moved by disk after the fault clear. So these are very important point. These two are very important points regarding 2 marks questions or short answer questions. So first one is backstop and next one is overshoot or overrun of the disk. So keep it in mind. Next we go for next type of relay. That one is some important points about induction cup type relays. So here, what is the working principle? How is going to, how the torque is going to develop this particular relay, So if we know the concept of rotating magnetic field in induction motor, then we can clearly understand the operation of induction cup type relays. So here, these are the windings. So relay coil windings, and here we are giving a supply. And one more thing, these windings have different resistance and reactance values. These windings have different resistance and reactance values, so that whenever we are giving a supply, a rotating magnetic field is developed in air gap, and that rotating magnetic field is cuts the rotor winding. So here it is the black color is indicates the rotor winding. The red color is indicates the rotor body. Here the rotor body is stationary. And rotor winding is movable element, rotating element. So keep it in mind. Here the red color is indicates structure. That means rotor structure, and rotor structure is at stationary condition, and the black color is indicates rotor windings, and that winding is just we place it on the structure, rotor structure. So that is rotor winding is a movable behavior. It has a movable behavior. When the rotating magnetic field cuts the rotor winding, so torque is developed in rotor winding. Due to that torque, rotor winding is going to move. That is the simple basic operation of induction cup type relay. So that's why we name it. It is a cup. That's why we name it cup. Cup is nothing but simply we place a rotor winding on the structure of rotor. Simply we place winding on the structure of rotor. That's why we call it as cup type. That's why we call it as cup type. Okay. So some important points related to induction cup type. It is mostly closely resemble an induction motor. It looks like an induction motor, except that rotor iron is stationary. Rotor body is stationary, but in induction motor, rotor structure is also moving along with rotating magnetic field. Okay. Only the rotor conductor portion being free to rotate. So the cup structure look like a hollow cylinder. Okay, this one is the very important point. So this one is the construction point of view. It is very important point. Now these structures are more efficient because of this structure. It is a more, it can produce efficient torque comparing to previous one. It can produce efficient torque than either the shaded pole or whatever meter structure. So because of this structure, because of this arrangement, we can get better torque comparing to remaining structures. That means water meter and shaded pole type relays. Okay, and they are the type used in high speed relays. So it can operate as quickly as possible. This type of structure can operate as early as possible. That means operation speed is very high when comparing to remaining structures. Okay, some more important points. It offers high sensitivity. That means for low value of fault current also, it can detect and operate. It can detect low value of fault currents and operate. Okay, so that one is the advantage. And high speed, operation speed is very high, and also produce a steady non-vibrating torque. That one is the one more advantage when comparing to remaining one. It can produce non-vibrating torque because of this arrangement. It can produce non-vibrating torque. Now this type is best suited where normal and abnormal conditions are very close together. So abnormal and normal conditions are very close together. At that case, when the normal and abnormal conditions are very close, at that condition, this type of structure is very, very helpful. So to detect fault, normal current and fault current, this structure is very, very useful. and these are used for application is this type of structure application is we can use regularly in distance and directional relays. So we can use regularly in distance and directional type relays. So these are the important points related to induction cup relays. Okay. So up to now we had seen applications and some advantages and disadvantages of induction cup type and induction disk type. So these two are in our syllabus. Okay, we don't have watt hour meter syllabus. We don't have watt hour meter syllabus. That's why I need to discuss induction cup and induction disk type relays. Okay, so we go for next one. So that one is, so based on our requirement, here we are going to set these values. So because of based on our application, we are going to set these values to the relay. So we need to set pickup current based on our application. We need to set current setting based on our application. We need to set PSM. PSM is nothing but plug setting multiplier, and we have to set TSM, that means time setting multiplier. So we need to know how we are going to select, how we are going to arrange, how we are going to make pickup current for taken relay for current setting, plug setting multiplier, and time setting multiplier. So how we are going to set like this step by step, we can see it in step by step. First of all, what is a pickup current? So pickup current is nothing but it is the minimum amount of current. It is the minimum amount of current at which the relay operates. So what is the pickup current? So pickup current is nothing but it is the minimum amount of current. At which the relay operates. So this one is the preset value or pickup value. We simply call it as a pickup value. Okay, either it may be current or voltage, whatever it may be. Activating quantity, either it may be current or voltage, no problem. Here in this case, we can consider it activating quantity is current. That's why we call it as pickup current. If we take it activating quantity is voltage, at that time we call it as pickup voltage. Okay, so don't bother about pickup value. So here that value may be current, either current or voltage. Okay, or phase angle between voltage and current. No matter what about it. Okay, so pickup current or pickup value. So it is the minimum amount of value. Here it is in this case current, we taken it current. That's why I mentioned it current. So it is the minimum amount of current. At which the relay operates. So we call it as pickup current. So pickup current is nothing but it is the minimum value of relay coil current. It is the minimum value of relay coil at which the relay is operate. Or trip contacts are closed. So when next extension is, so when the current in the relay reaches this value, so when the current in the relay reaches this value, the relay operates. So when the relay coil current exceeds or equal, to this particular current value, so then automatically relay can operate. So if the relay coil current is less than this value, at that case it does not operate. Okay, so that is the importance of pickup current. So pickup current of relay is nothing but it is the minimum amount of current at which the relay is operate. Okay, so here Here the important thing is we need to set pickup current for a taken relay. For a taken relay, we have to set pickup current. So is the pickup current is 5 amperes or 10 amperes or 20 amperes, 100 amperes or 200 amperes. So we need to set that value. So the pickup current is decided by us. The relay pickup current is decided by us only. Okay. So now let's see, here it is some example. Suppose the pickup current of the relay, here we set pickup current is 5 amperes. So we set it for taken relay. Pickup current is 5 amperes. This one is decided by us. We are setting pickup current is 5 amperes for a taken relay. Now, if the relay coil current is exceeds the 5 amperes or equal to 5 amperes, at that condition relay operates. Suppose if a relay coil current is less than or below 5 amperes, if relay coil current is below 5 amperes, at that condition it not operate. So it will operate only when the relay coil current is 5 or above this value, 5 amperes or above the 5 amperes value. Okay, so this is one, this is about pickup current. So students, please keep it in mind. Pickup current is decided by us, and pickup current is nothing but it is the minimum amount of current at which relay is going to operate. Okay, so by keeping pickup current, we are going for one more value, current setting. So current setting is also decided by us for a taken relay. Current setting is also decided by us. Okay, what is current setting? Current setting is nothing but it is the process or adjustment, the adjustment of pickup current to a desired value. Is called a current setting. Okay, so current setting is nothing but the adjustment of pickup current to a desired value. So suppose our desired value is 10 amperes. So now we are going to adjust our relay pickup current to 10 amperes. That adjustment we call it as current setting. Let's see how we are going to adjust. The pickup value. Here, let's see this diagram. So please everyone see the diagram. So this one is a bridge, nothing but plug setting multiplier bridge. This one we call it as plug setting multiplier bridge. In this bridge, we can see the values like 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%, 125, 150, 200%. Okay, so these are the values we can see on the bridge, plug setting multiplier bridge, and it has two sides. So it is side 1 and it is side 2. Here from this side we can give supply. From the current transformer. So current transformer, that means current transformer output. Secondary output will goes to this one. So that means this is the terminal, and this terminal is connected to the current transformer secondary. Now, so come to the other side. This one is the other side. Here, these are the tappings. Of relay coil. So this one is the tapping portion, 25% tapping portion, 50% tapping portion, 70% tapping portion, 100% tapping portion, 125, 150, 200, like this. That means by choosing this one, by choosing this section, we are going to provide 25% tapping. Okay, that means we are selecting 25% of turns. Of relay coil. If we choose this one, we are going to select 50% of turns of relay coil, 75% of relay coil, 100% of relay coil, 125%, 150%, 200%, like this. Okay, so by choosing the section, by choosing this section, we are going to change the tapping position of relay relay coil. For example, here I can say it. Suppose this one is current transformer secondary terminal. That means suppose so secondary transformer, secondary of current transformer current is 5 amperes. Let assume it here the current value is 5 amperes. Current value is 5 amperes. That means that 5 amperes are coming from the current transformer secondary. Now suppose if you choose 100% tapping, if you choose 100% tapping to the relay coil, 100% tapping to the relay coil, at that moment the pickup current value is equal to current setting into current transformer secondary current. Okay, here secondary current of current transformer is already I said 5 amperes, and here the tapping position, current setting position is 100%. Now the pickup value becomes 100% times of 5, 100% of 5. So the relay coil value is equal to current value is equal to 5 amperes. So pickup current is equal to 5 amperes. Now, so we can adjust this pickup current by using current setting. By using this current setting, here we adjust pickup current is equal to 5 amperes. So there is one more, we can see it, one more case. Suppose if we choose 150%. Suppose if we choose current setting is equal to 150%. At that time, pickup current is equal to current setting into secondary current of current transformer. So pickup current is equal to 150% of 5 amperes, and that value is equal to 7.5 amperes. That means here we adjust pickup current is equal to 7.5 amperes. We adjust pickup current is equal to 7.5 amperes by changing current setting, by adjusting current setting. Okay, so when we change current setting, whenever we are going to change current setting, at that moment pickup value also, relay coil pickup value is also going to be changed. If we choose 200%, so if you choose tapping position is 200%, at that time the pickup value is equal to 200% of 5. That means that value is equal to 10 amperes. That means we adjust the pickup value. Is equal to 10 amperes by changing current setting position. I hope you understand the concept. I hope. Okay. So pickup current is nothing but current setting into secondary current of current transformer. We can change this current setting by using this pulse. This particular bridge. Okay, plug setting multiplier. This bridge we call it as plug setting multiplier. So by changing this tapping, we can change current setting value. When the current setting value is changed, automatically pickup value of relay is also changed. Okay, so here taken example is if secondary of current transformer is 5 amperes, at that moment we can get number of pickup values. And those pickup values are depends on current setting. If we choose current setting 100%, at that moment pickup value is 5 amperes. If you choose current setting 150 amperes, at that moment pickup value is equal to 7.5 amperes. If you choose pickup value is equal to 200%, at that current setting value is equal to 200%, at that moment we can get a pickup value 10 amperes. So in this way we are going to set pickup value, pickup current in the given relay by using plug setting multiplier bridge. Okay, so here let's see. So So I started like this. Current setting is nothing but the adjustment of pickup current. So already I told you how we are going to adjust, the pickup value with the help of current setting. Okay. Now, so there are several. So there are several tappings taken out of the relay coil according to the application of relay. Based on our application, we are going to set pickup value. Okay. So pickup value is set by us. Now, these tappings carries the different number of turns. When the percentage of current setting is changed, automatically tapping position of relay is also changed. That's why only we can change the pickup value by changing turns. By changing turns of the relay only we can change the pickup value. Now, the pickup current depends on the number of turns of the coil. So if the number of turns are changed, then the pickup current will also change. It is denoted as CS. Here CS is nothing but current setting. Here CS is nothing but current setting. Now, here it is the example. What I explained in previous. So current setting is given in percentage of the secondary current of current transformer. So we represent current setting always in percentage of, we represent current setting in always percentage of secondary current of current transformer. CT is nothing but current transformer. So we can represent current setting always in terms of percentage of secondary currents, of current transformer, and it is attached to the relay. Okay. Now, suppose if we have current transformer, and that current transformer ratio is, that means rating is 100/5. Okay. If we set the current setting is equal to 100%, then the pickup value is equal to 5 amperes. I already told you. Here 5 is the secondary. Current of current transformer. So here it is 5 amperes. It is 5 amperes, and we choose the 100% current setting. So when we choose the 100% current setting, so 100% of 5 is equal to 5. Okay. 100% of 5 is nothing but 5. 50% of 5 is nothing but 2.5. 150% of 5 is nothing but 7.5. 200% of 5 is nothing but 10 amperes. Okay. So like that way. Okay. So here current secondary of current transformer is take an example 5 amperes, and current setting is equal to 100%, and at that case relay coil current is equal to 100% of 5. That is nothing but pickup value. So that pickup value is 5. The pickup value is 5 amperes. That's why here we get 5. 5 amperes. Okay. So please keep it these things in mind. So these are very, very important while solving the problems. We need to remember these things. Now, here same thing I explained. If we set current setting value is equal to 150%, here the secondary current of current transformer is we are given 5 amperes, and if we choose current setting is 150%, so 150% of 5 amperes, is nothing but 7.5 amperes. So 7.5 amperes. That means, so the relay can operate. The relay is going to be operate when the relay current is equal or above the 7.5 amperes. If we choose current setting is equal to 150%, at that case relay is going to operate when the relay coil current is equal or above the 7.5 amperes. Okay. Now, if we choose 100%, if you choose current setting is equal to 100%, at that moment the relay is going to be operate when the relay coil current value is equal to 5 amperes or above the 5 amperes. So this one is the very important. By choosing current setting, we can change the pickup value. Here it is, in this case relay is operate at 7.5 amperes because current setting is 150%. Here in this case relay is going to operate at 5 amperes because here the current setting is 100%. So keep it in mind. By changing current setting, we can change pickup value. Next one is plug setting multiplier, PSM, plug setting multiplier. So what is a PSM? PSM is nothing but ratio of relay coil current to pickup current. Okay. If the relay coil current is relay coil current is nothing but secondary current of current transformer. Am I right? Yes. Both are that means directly relay secondary current of current transformer is directly connected to the relay coil. Okay. So that's why here in place of relay coil current we write current transformer secondary current divided by pickup current. Okay. So PSM is nothing but plug setting multiplier is nothing but ratio of relay coil current to pickup current or current transformer secondary current to pickup current. So this one is the expression of plug setting multiplier. So let's see one example how we are going to calculate PSM. Here in this example, we are taken a current transformer. That current transformer primary current is 100 amperes. Secondary current is 5 amperes. Note it. So here 5 amperes is the secondary current of transformer. Okay. So that secondary current of transformer directly goes to the relay coil. At normal case. Okay. Now, so one more important thing, ratio of this particular current transformer is 100 divided by, am I right? I1 by I2. Ratio is nothing but I1 by I2. Here I1 is 100 amperes, I2 is 5. So we can get a ratio is equal to 20. Current transformer ratio is equal to 20. So keep it in mind, it is current transformer rating, that value is 20. We get this 20 because I1 by I2. Here I1 is 100 amperes, I2 is 5 amperes. This is the information we get from this one. So they given 100 by 5 current transformer. So this current transformer ratio is 20. Now, so the given relay pickup current is 5 amperes. So here it is. They already set the pickup value for taken relay. That pickup value is 5 amperes. Already I told you pickup current value is equal to current setting into secondary current of current transformer. So that's why here we get 5 amperes because of those reasons. And here the current setting value is 100%, and secondary current of current transformer is 5. So 100% of 5. That's why here we get pickup value is equal to 5 amperes. So here the pickup value of given relay is 5 amperes. Okay. So now if relay fault current, if the relay primary, that means current transformer primary current is 100 amperes. If the primary current of 100 primary current of current transformer is 100 amperes. 100 amperes. Then at that condition, secondary current of transformer is 5 amperes because the ratio is 20. Okay, so 5 amperes of current. So when primary current is 100 amperes, when the primary current of current transformer is 100 amperes, at that time 5 amperes of current, at that time 5 amperes of current will goes to the relay coil. So when the relay coil current value is equal to 5, at that case PSM value is equal to 1. PSM value is equal to 1. So relay coil current here in this case, so primary current is 100 amperes. So they given primary current is equal to 100 amperes. So secondary current is equal to 5 amperes, and that secondary current will goes through the relay coil. So relay coil current is also becomes 5 amperes. So this relay coil current is becomes 5 amperes. 5 amperes. Now PSM is equal to relay coil current by pickup current. So 5 amperes by 5 amperes. So that's why here we get 1. Here we get PSM value is equal to 1. Now I will take one more example. If you confuse, I will take one more example. So instead of 100 amperes, now I take 1000 amperes of fault current. 1000 amperes of fault current. 1000 amperes of fault current. This one is the 1000. This one is the 1000 amperes of fault current. So instead of 100 amperes, now I take 1000 amperes. Okay. So when the primary current is equal to 1000 amperes, so what about secondary current? So here it is, primary current is 1000 amperes. What about secondary current? So we know the ratio. We know the given current transformer ratio. That one is 20. So by knowing this ratio, we can calculate secondary current. So that one is secondary current of current transformer is equal to primary current. Here the primary current is 1000 amperes. 1000 amperes divided by current transformer ratio. Here the ratio is 20. So 1000 by 20. Here we can get that value is secondary current. Secondary current of transformer value is equal to 50 amperes. 50 amperes. So this 50 amperes is the secondary current of transformer when the primary current is equal to 1000. Now this 50 amperes directly goes to the relay coil because both are in series. Relay coil and current transformer secondary both are in series. That's why directly 50 amperes of current goes to the relay coil. So now this relay coil current is equal to 50. This relay coil current is equal to 50, and already we said pickup current is equal to 5 amperes. Now PSM value is equal to 50 divided by 5. Now PSM value is equal to 50 divided by 5. So we can get PSM value is equal to 10. PSM value is equal to 10. That means here PSM value is equal to 1. Here the PSM value is equal to 1 when the fault current is equal to 100 amperes. When the fault current is equal to 100 amperes, we get PSM is equal to 1. And when the fault current is 1000 amperes, we get PSM value is equal to 10. So the PSM value is increase with increase of fault current. The PSM value is increase with increase of fault current. That means the PSM value is indicates the severity of fault current. The severity of fault current we can know by seeing the values of PSM. We can know the severity of fault currents by seeing the PSM value. So severity of fault current is increases with increase of PSM values. So that one we see it with an example. That one we see it with an example. Okay. So for 100 amperes, of fault current, PSM is equal to 1, and that value becomes to 10 amperes when the fault current value is equal to 1000 amperes. So keep it in mind. So what is the advantage? What is the advantage, and why we are going to calculate PSM? Why we are going to calculate a PSM for a given relay? Because of PSM only we can get severity. We can get severity of fault current. If the PSM value is high, that indicates the fault current is very severe. If PSM is high, if PSM is very high, the fault current severity is also very high. That means heavy amount of current. Heavy amount of current is fault current is flowing in the circuit. Okay, so that's why we are going to calculate the PSM value. I hope you understand the concept. Okay. So why we are going to calculate PSM? Because to know the severity of fault current. Okay. So here this one is the examples. So what I said in previous. Okay. So when the fault current is equal to 100, at that case we can get PSM is equal to 1. If fault current is 1000, at that time PSM value is equal to 10. Okay. If fault current is 10,000, at that case PSM value is equal to 100. Okay. So in this way we are going to see the fault severity. In this way we can see the fault severity in our system. By checking PSM values of given relay. By checking PSM values, we can Sir, Ramnaran sir. Sir, Ramnaran sir.
టైం 3 అయిందని
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే. కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయింది.
ఒకసారి రికార్డింగ్ ఆపండి చిన్న విషయం మాట్లాడదాం.